EVs in Thailand. They're beginning to outstrip Australia. So in case you weren't up to date with what I'm doing, I'm currently in Bangkok, and I have seen a lot of EVs here in Thailand. Now, EVs here haven't been available for very long, but they're already making up a bigger percentage, as far as I can tell, than they are in Australia of new car sales. And they've got a lot of them. Now, BYD is obviously winning the race. They have opened up a week ago their new factory, which has got a production capability of 150,000 vehicles per year. Now, I did take a trip out there when I was close by, and they wouldn't let me in, which is what I expected. I believe my GPS actually took me to a back gate rather than the front gate. But it's all very new. The security guard said only employees past this point. And I mean, they've got line and line and line and line of facial recognition cameras. And I was standing there trying to video it, and all I kept getting from that was facial ID failure, or words to that effect, because it was picking me up as being there, and they got little, turnstiles, and it wouldn't let me in. So I got a couple of shots and a few pictures there, which I'm putting up at the moment. So hopefully that will be okay. But as I said, BYD going gangbusters here. They've got the Seal, they've got the Atto 3, and they've got the Dolphin. And I am seeing a lot of all of them, and I mean a lot. Now, there have been a few problems here because they were released, I think the Seal was released earlier this year here, and it was at a price point that a lot of early adopters brought them at. And then they went and reduced the price by $10,000 to $14,000 Australian. And those early adopters rightly got a bit peed off. But, them's the breaks. I mean, it's happening with Tesla around the world and even in Australia. The cost that I paid for my Tesla Model Y is now $12,000 to $13,000 less. Them's the breaks. But there have been a bit of an upheaval here. I don't know that each dealership is selling them different prices. I couldn't find that. It looks like it's a set price. And the dealership here is Riva Automotive. So I'll just bring that up on screen now. So we have here the BYD Seal prices in Thailand. So 1.325 million Thai baht is about $56,000, and 1.6 million baht is almost $67,000. So if we compare that to Australia, where the basic is $55,000, this is in WA, and the performance is $70,000, you can see that the Thai prices are slightly lower than they are in Australia. So it's not only BYDs that I've been seeing. So the other EVs that I've seen, and there are a lot of them, and actually I think this bodes well for Australia because Thailand is right-hand drive, the same as Australia. So if they're here, it shouldn't take too much to pass them over to Australia. Now, one that I saw is the Aeon Y Plus, and I've got some pictures of me walking around it. Would you believe these are in shopping centres? Unbelievable. So this is quite a nice little car. The price here for a model, and I'm not sure exactly what, was $40,000 Australian equivalent. So change the Thai baht price into Australian dollars, and you get $40,000. Now it's a crossover, I would say. It's not really a Model Y competitor, but it would be in the range of the Aura or the Dolphin, something along those lines. But $40,000 for that car. Looking inside it, it's a bit plain and ordinary, but that's not too bad. Right, so some other cars that I have seen in the shopping centre, not necessarily driving around, because these are coming out in September, I believe, and that is Zeekr. Now, Zeekr have got their 009, which is their MPV, and it's got basically business class seats. I've done this one before, I think, in Perth or Sydney. There was a demonstration one around. It is $100,000 Australian equivalent, which is actually slightly cheaper than it is in Australia. But the Zeekr X, which is basically a Model Y competitor, and you know what? It's quite a nice looking car, and it's available in right-hand drive. You're $58,000 Australian equivalent. Yeah, I wish that would come to Australia. I'm sure Zeekr are. I think they have intimated. The fact that they're here in Thailand making or selling right-hand drive vehicles indicates quite a good possibility of coming to Australia with these particular models. I've seen in the showroom the Volvo EX30, which is about to be released here in right-hand drive. And yeah, $75,000. Really? I don't think so, because that's more expensive than a Model Y. And honestly, I think the Model Y is better value for money. But there was another one that I saw here, EX40. I didn't know that one even existed from Volvo, but I couldn't find out a price on it because I was there about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and I walked past the Volvo stand and go, that's where they had the EX30 yesterday, and they got an EX40 parked there now. Yeah, so I could only get around the outside of it, but still. So a few other cars that are here now. The Ioniq 5 from Hyundai, $100,000 equivalent. You see, these cars are imported, and I think there's a few tariffs. Now, that is for the top model, first edition, the girl said, whatever that is, $100,000 equivalent. I saw Teslas in a Tesla showroom. There's been quite a few Teslas I've now seen, mostly Model Ys and a few Model 3s driving around. The Tesla Model Y long range, $80,000 equivalent. So it's sort of slightly more expensive, I think, here. I can't remember what a long range is, but I think that that's more. Now, the other one that I'm quite interested in is Xpeng or Xiaopeng. They've got their G6. And you know what? It's a very nice car. And it would be a good Model Y competitor. The standard range version is $62,500 Australian equivalent, and the long range is $71,000 equivalent. Now, I don't know how much they're going to be if they do bring them into Australia, and these are going to be available, I think they said September. September here, they're going to get quite a few new EVs, which means that hopefully we might get some of those over in Australia early next year. Now, interestingly, I've seen a lot of GWM Aura cats. Now, they are changing the name to 03, and there's also the 07, which is like their Porsche saloon type car. So if we just take a look here, we have got the two versions, the Pro and the Ultra, and the Pro at 799,000 baht is about $33,500, and the Ultra at just about 900,000 baht is 36.5 or 37,000 baht, give or take a bit. That's cheaper, I think, than it is in Australia. And I've seen a lot of those as well. And another one that I've seen of, Neta or Neta, Neta, which is basically, it's a small car, a compact car. I haven't been able to see one or find a price on them here, but I think they're basic. And they're probably cheaper. I don't know about safety features either. And then the last one that I came across only just today was a VinFast stand. And they had this car there, and I had a quick walk around. The interior, once again, I think is a bit basic. Now, VinFast, I think, come from Vietnam. And I also asked for the price, and they said, no price yet, because I don't think it's coming out until next month, so August. And they couldn't give me a price on it. It's a compact crossover stroke SUV type of car. And I'm a bit dubious about its quality looking at it. I did get a look inside, but hopefully it'll be all right. So there you have it. Thailand EVs, Chinese EVs, they're basically taking over. I don't know if they've got a lower tariff here compared to Volvo, Hyundai and Teslas, but they're mostly cheaper here than they would be in Australia. And because they've got all these other versions here, Zeekr and Xiaopeng, right-hand drive, I'm hopeful that very soon, I'm thinking early 2025, we might get one or two of those models in Australia, and the more the merrier, and bring in some of the cheaper ones. We do need some cheaper EVs to get things going a bit quicker. So what do you think about these EVs in Thailand? There's a lot of them. I'm seeing more here than I do in Perth, Australia. So make a comment below. What do you think? And while you're down there, there's a like and subscribe button and a ding dong bell. Click them, please. It costs you nothing, but it really does help the channel, especially that like button. Go click it. And the subscribe button as well is really nice. Okay, so thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll have some more info from Thailand very soon, because I'll see you very soon.